Good morning, students. In the last class, we discussed regarding equivalent mass. We have discussed a lot regarding equivalent mass. We have discussed equivalent mass of an element, equivalent mass of an acid, equivalent mass of a base, equivalent mass of a salt, and equivalent mass of an ion. And as I told you, after discussing the redox reaction, we will be discussing the remaining equivalent masses, because for the time being, you don't know regarding oxidation reduction, oxidizing agent, reducing agent, you don't have any idea. So, after your redox reaction chapter is completed, I will be telling you the remaining two formulae to calculate the equivalent mass of oxidizing agent and reducing agent. Okay. Then as usually, we will start the class with solving of assignments given in the last class. So, in the last class, I have given you two assignments. What are they? Now, assignment 1 was calculate the equivalent mass of aluminum sulfate, magnesium chloride, potassium carbonate. These are the salts. Then assignment 2 was calculate the equivalent mass of ions. Which ions? The sulfate and phosphate. Okay. So, we will solve it and start the class. Okay. We will first start with question number 1. Aluminum sulfate, Al2SO4 whole 3. Let us first calculate the molecular mass. So 2 aluminum atoms, so 2 into atomic mass of aluminum, that is 27 plus 3 whole. So make it a practice. When there is a whole, so make it 3 whole. 3 into sulfur 1, that is 32 plus 4 oxygen atoms, so 4 into 60. Okay. So 64 plus 32 is equal to 96 into 3, 288 plus 54. It will be 342 U. Okay. So the molecular mass of aluminum sulfate is 342 U. Okay. Then what is the formula to calculate the equivalent mass of a salt? Now molecular mass divided by total valency of the metal atom or metal ion. Okay. What is the metallic part here? Here the metallic part is aluminum. And we write aluminum as Al3 plus. So what is the valency of aluminum, the metallic part or metal atom? No, 3. So its valency is 3. What will be equivalent mass? Equivalent mass will be molecular mass, that is 342 divided by total valency of metal atom. So there are 2 aluminum atoms here. Valency of each atom is 3. So what will be total valency? I told you the formula. Total valency means valency into number of atoms. So valency of aluminum is 3, number of atoms is 2. So what will be the total valency? 6. So it will be 57. So most of you have divided it with 3. That is the valency of metal atom, not the total valency. So you have to divide it with total valency of the metal atom. How to find the total valency? Told you once again. That is number of atoms into valency. Okay. So there are 2 atoms of aluminum here. Each atom is having valency of 3. So what will be total valency? 3 into 2, 6. So this is the equivalent mass of aluminum sulfate. Then number 2. Equivalent mass of magnesium chloride. Equivalent mass of magnesium chloride. First let us find out the molecular mass. Magnesium atomic mass is 24 plus 2 chlorine atom, 2 into atomic mass of chlorine, that is 35.5. So 71 plus 24, 95. So the molecular mass of magnesium chloride, which is a salt, is 95 U. So what is the metallic part here? Now magnesium is written as Mg2 plus. Metallic part means it is having positive charge, valency is 2. So when it is written as Mg2 plus, what does it mean? Now magnesium cation having valency 2 and positive charge means all the metals are electropositive, coincident already. So valency is 2. And how many magnesium atoms are there? Now only 1. So what will be total valency? Not 2. So what will be equivalent mass? Molecular mass by total valency. So 95 by 2, 47.5. So this is the answer, the equivalent mass of magnesium chloride. Then point 3. Question number 3. K2CO3, potassium carbonate, K2CO3. As usually, first we calculate the molecular mass. So 2 potassium, 2 into atomic mass of potassium is 39 plus carbon 12, 1 atom is there only. Then 3 atoms of oxygen, so 3 into atomic mass of oxygen 60. So 48 plus 12, 60, 39 into 2, 78. So it will be 138. So the molecular mass of potassium carbonate will be 138 U. So what is the metallic part here? The potassium. Potassium is written as K plus. That means its valency is 1. Valency of K is 1. How many atoms are there? 2 atoms. So what will be total valency? Now 2 atoms into valency 1. Total valency will be 2. So what will be equivalent mass? Molecular mass, that is 138 divided by total valency of metal atom. So each metal atom, that is potassium, has valency 1, but there are 2 atoms, so total valency will be 2. So 65 plus 3, 68. Sorry, 138, 69. So answer will be 69. Okay. So these are the equivalent mass of the salts. Once again I am telling you the formula. Any salt when given to you, you can find it by dividing molecular mass with total valency of the metal ion or metal atom. How to find out the metal atom? Now the positive part is always the metal atom. The positive part is always the metal atom. The next we will go to question number 4 and 5. That is equivalent mass of an ion. Equivalent mass of an ion. What is the formula to find out the equivalent mass of an ion? Now ionic mass divided by charge on the ion. So does not differ if there is positive or negative charge. Simply you have to divide the ionic mass with the magnitude of the charge. So next we will try these two. Then next students will go to assignment number 2. That is equivalent mass of sulfate and phosphate ion. So as I told you, the formula to find out the equivalent mass of an ion is ionic mass divided by charge on the ion. Okay. So we will go for question number 4. That is sulfate, SO4 2 minus. Okay. You have to remember the formula. SO4 is the formula and valency is 2. It's a negative radical, so it is written as SO4 2 minus. Okay. So ionic mass, we calculate the ionic mass. Remember, it is an ion, so its mass will be called ionic mass. So some of you have written as molecular mass. It's not a molecule, it's an ion. So you have to write ionic mass, which is the correct form. Ionic mass, sulfur 32 plus 4 oxygen atoms, so 4 into 16. So 64 plus 32, 96 is the ionic mass. So what will be equivalent mass? Equivalent mass will be ionic mass, that is 96 divided by charge on the ion. So it is clearly visible. Charge is 2. We do not need the magnitude. We do not need the negative or positive charge. We only need the magnitude. Charge kete achi हमको देखियो पड़िबो. The plus thau minus thau, it does not matter. So it will be 48. Then question number 5. Phosphate. PO4 3 minus. Okay. So what will be ionic mass? Phosphorus 31 plus 4 into 16, 64 plus 31, 95. So the ionic mass is 95 U. So what will be equivalent mass? Equivalent mass of phosphate will be ionic mass, that is 95 divided by charge on the ion, 3. So 31.66 is the answer. Okay. So very simple. If you remember the formulae, then you need not worry regarding calculation of equivalent mass. And as I told you regarding molecular mass, same is also for equivalent mass. You should be very fast while calculating the equivalent mass, or else you cannot solve any numerical in future. Okay. So this is all about your equivalent mass, your assignments. Try to solve some more numericals from equivalent mass. It is given in your books. Books so jete jaha example dekhi taku solve karo. Okay. So it will be better for you. Jemti kahili, you have to practice it more so that it will be thorough. You will be thorough in it. Jete quick calculate karibo, the earlier you calculate, the more easier it will be for you to solve the numericals. So next we will discuss an important portion which all of you have to follow minutely. ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ minutely starting ରୁ follow କରିବାକୁ ପଡିବ. That is called mole concept. Mole concept will start next. So next students, as I told you, we start an important portion of chapter 1, that is mole concept. So first let us know what is mole, then we will proceed with mole concept. Okay. So mole is nothing but a bigger unit, a very large unit. So why large unit is required? Because by the time we have reached here, you must have seen the atoms or molecules, they have negligible mass. Taka mass jodi ame compare kariya bahut kam, of the order 10 to the minus 24-25 gram, so which is almost negligible. So if we speak of a single atom or single molecule, it makes no sense. It is of no use. Neither we can calculate it or it is effective. Okay. So what we do now? We take large number of particles. It may be atoms, it may be molecules, it may be ions, anything, any particle. When we take in large number, its mass and then its volume makes sense. It is applicable. It makes sense. It is countable or it is measurable. It becomes measurable. So normally in our day-to-day life, we also use bigger units. For example, if you want to buy banana, you ask for dozen. You don't ask for one banana, two banana. You ask the salesman what the cost of 1 dozen of banana. So here the general unit which is used is 1 dozen, D-O-Z-E-N. So what is 1 dozen? Not 12 numbers. 12 numbers. So when we go for purchasing banana, we dozen or half dozen there. So then the unit becomes dozen. So some common bigger units are used. Similarly, if you go for rim of paper, 1 rim of paper. So when you go to purchase paper, the paper rim. Rim means earlier it was 480 sheets. Now it has been re-defined as 500 sheets of paper. Because paper is a very thin substance, so whenever we go, we purchase it in a larger number, that is rim of paper. Similarly, mole is the international unit or standard unit to express any substances, the number of any substances. And whenever we take anything in larger number, it will have a mass, it will occupy some volume, and we can calculate the number of these substances. Okay. ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ ଯେକୌଣସି ଗୋଟେ ଛୋଟ ସବଷ୍ଟାନ୍ସ ହଉ ତାକୁ ଯଦି ଆମେ ବହୁତ ବଡ଼ ଆକାରରେ ନବା, then ଆମେ ତାର ଓଜନ କାଲକୁଲେଟ କରିପାରିବା, ତାର number of particles calculate କରିପାରିବା, and we can calculate the volume occupied by it. So anything you take in larger number has mass, which is, has mass means everything has mass, but its mass is not negligible. It can be measured. Okay. So similarly, if you go for purchasing rice grain, one rice grain has almost no mass or no weight. So what we do? We normally purchase rice in the form of bags. So whatever may be the size of rice, one bag of rice means 25 kilograms. Okay. So that is the standardized term used everywhere, mostly in India. যদি আমি চাউল কিনে যাচ্ছু আমি বস্তারে কিনুছু, সো বস্তা চাউল মানে তার ওজন হচ্ছে 25 কিলো. সো যদি গোটে চাউল তুমি সে ভিতরে দেখিব তার কিছু মাসটা আমি ক্যালকুলেট করি পারিবা নাই, বাট when it makes one bag of rice, then it's countable, it is measurable. সেমতি যদি আমি one atom বা one molecule নবা, its mass is not measurable. So when we take in large numbers, then it becomes measurable, that is one mole. So mole is nothing but a bigger unit. Then first let us see what is the definition of a mole. So as I told you, it is the number of particles. Particles means it may be atom, it may be molecule, it may be ions, it may be electrons, any particle. Okay. So first let us know what is 1 mole. So 1 mole is defined as the number of atoms present in 12 gram of C12. C12 carbon has many isotopes, that is the good isotope is C12. So if you take 12 gram of C12, then the number of atoms present in it is 1 mole. So 1 mole is a bigger unit कहिछि से bigger unit पाइबा केमति ना 12 ग्राम कार्बन 12 रे जेतटा atom होछि सेटा होछि 1 mole. Let us see what is the number of atoms present in 12 gram of C12. Now the number of atoms present in 12 gram of C12 will be 6.023 into 10 to the power 23. Okay. So number of atoms present in 12 gram of C12 is 6.023 into 10 to the power 23. Okay. So that is 1 mole. And this number 6.023 into 10 to the power 23, in some books it will be given as 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. Don't worry, in your council you have to use 6.023 into 10 to the power 23. In some other books, the correct form has been given, that is 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. But remember, in our council standards, we have to remember this number as 6.023 into 10 to the power 23. This is called Avogadro's number or Avogadro's constant. It is called Avogadro's number, N, A, in some books it will be written as N0. So they will vary, but you remember it is Avogadro's number. Then what is Avogadro's number? Now, it is the number of particles present in 1 mole of any substance. Gote mole substance le setane jete sankhya particle no. Particle again, once again I am telling, it may be atom, it may be molecule, it may be electron, it may be ion, anything. So gote mole jodi am substance nouchu tale setane jeti sankhya particle ରହିbo taku କହିବା ଆମେ Avogadro's number. So Avogadro's number is the number of particles present in 1 mole. So when we speak of 1 mole of any substance, it will be associated with a number of particles. So any substance is made of particles. So when we speak of 1 mole, it will be associated with number of particles. Then it will have some mass. It will have some mass. I have already told you, we can calculate the mass. It is measurable. Then for gases or others, it occupies some volume. It occupies some volume. So ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଆମେ ତିନିଟା concept ଦେଖିବା. 1 mole of any substance has a fixed number of particles, has fixed mass and has fixed volume. ଆମେ ଯେକୌଣସି substance ଯଦି ନବା, any substance, it occupies space means it has some volume, it has some mass and it has a countable number of particles. So what is the number of particles? Now Avogadro's number of particles 6.023 into 10 to the power 23. That is Avogadro's number. That is Avogadro's number. Then mass. You must be remembering, I have already told you, that the uniqueness of gram molecular mass or gram atomic mass. Okay. So mass, what will be mass occupied by 1 mole or mass of 1 mole of substance? Now gram molecular mass. So what will be mass of 1 mole of any substance? Now gram molecular mass or gram atomic mass into atomicity. Next I will tell you what is atomicity. Okay. So you concept of molecule, 1 mole of substance, any substance means Avogadro number of particles. Then mass, gram molecular mass. जो substance number, we can calculate the molecular mass. So when we add a gram to it, it becomes gram molecular mass. So 1 mole of any substance means gram molecular mass. Then for gases, it has a fixed volume. So for gases, remember, it is only applicable for gases. The volume is only applicable for gases. What is the volume occupied by gases? Now 22.4 liter volume at STP, or better you remember in terms of NTP. So it will be better for you, standard temperature of pressure or normal temperature of pressure. NTP. It is normal temperature, because it is the term used in your books, normal temperature and pressure. So you have to remember these three forms, so that it will be easier for you to solve any numericals. 1 mole of any substance, Avogadro number of particles. For gases, it occupies fixed volume. What is that? Now 22.4 liter volume at NTP. And what will be mass? Now gram molecular mass. That means molecular mass expressed in grams. Okay. So in this case, I am citing you a small example. If you are aware of mole concept, you can handle everything well, because it will be used in your entire plus 2 career. Even if you proceed with chemistry or other substances, you have to be acquainted with mole concept. Okay, तुमको mole concept रे acquainted हुआ भाई पड़िबो, काहे ना बहुत जगह use करो. Recently, I want to purchase a portable oxygen cylinder. On the top, it is written that it contains 10 liter of oxygen. It is necessary for COVID patients. So when I wear it, when I just peeled it out, I thought there is nothing inside it, because there is 10 liter of oxygen inside it. It should have some mass, but it was almost like an empty cylinder. So I asked the shopkeeper, what is the problem? It must be empty. He told me, no sir, it is full. Then suddenly it struck my mind that 10 liter of oxygen has a very negligible mass. Do you know its mass? 10 liter has mass of only 14.28 grams. যদি 10 লিটার অক্সিজেন আমি নবা তার মাস কত হবে না 14.28 গ্রাম, which is not applicable or which is not effective when we pick up the cylinder. It is almost equal to the mass of the cylinder. So we must have the sense to calculate these things. Suppose I will tell you add 2 moles of sodium chloride. What will be the mass? Now 117 grams of sodium chloride you have to add. So these things you should be acquainted with. Okay, next I will give you one example and close the class. Okay. So next students, I will give you an example so that it will be clear to you regarding mole. So don't worry by the name of mole, try to follow it systematically. So mole means a bigger number. It has some mass. What is the mass? Na gram molecular mass. It has some volume for gases, fixed volume, that is 22.4 liter. It is called molar volume. Then it has a countable number of particles. What is that number? The fixed number of particles, that is Avogadro's number. Okay, so you have to remember like this. Then next, if you take 1 mole of oxygen, 1 mole of oxygen. Oxygen is a diatomic gas. It cannot remain in monatomic form. So oxygen means O2, oxygen molecule. So let us see in how many ways we can express 1 mole of oxygen. So first, 1 mole of any substance means Avogadro number of particles. So here it is a molecule means Avogadro number of molecules. What is that? Now 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 molecules of oxygen. Okay. Then, as I told you, oxygen molecule means O2. That means 2 atoms of oxygen combine to form the oxygen molecule. So this is called atomicity. So what is atomicity of oxygen molecule? Atomicity is 2. Atomicity of oxygen molecule is 2. That means what is atomicity? The number of atoms present in one molecule. Gote molecule jatra atom rahibe taku am kaiba atomicity. So here the number of oxygen atoms present in one molecule is 2 because 2 oxygen atoms combine to form O2. Okay. So atomicity of oxygen is 2. Similarly, what will be atomicity of nitrogen? Nitrogen is also diatomic gas. So here the atomicity will be 2. What will be the atomicity of ozone? Ozone is the formula O3. Atomicity will be 3. Here the atomicity will be 2. Okay. So number of atoms present in one molecule is the atomicity. Okay. So if 1 mole of oxygen contains this number of molecules, how many atoms it will contain? Now 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 atoms into atomicity, because one molecule contains 2 oxygen atoms. So 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 molecules will contain 6.023 2 into starting to. So 2 into atomicity is for oxygen is 2. So write 2 into 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 atoms of oxygen. Okay. Then next, I told you it has a fixed mass. What is mass of 1 mole? Mass of 1 mole is called molar mass. Mass of 1 mole of any substance is called molar mass. Okay, that means gram molecular mass. They are different from each other, which I told you in the last class, but equal to gram molecular mass. What is gram molecular mass? Now molecular mass expressed in grams. So the only difference between gram molecular mass and molar mass is that gram molecular mass is the molecular mass expressed in grams, whereas molar mass is the mass of 1 mole of any substance. So here the unit will be gram per mole, here the unit will be gram. So that is the only difference, but they are almost same in case of magnitude. They are same, only the unit will differ. Molar mass and molecular unit will be gram per mole, gram molecular mass will be gram. Okay. So what is gram molecular mass of oxygen? Or oxygen has the molecular mass of 32. Gram molecular mass means 32 gram. So equal to gram molecular mass, 1 mole of any substance is equal to 1 gram molecular mass. So is equal to 32 gram in this case. In case of oxygen, gram molecular mass is 32 gram. Then atomicity into gram atomic mass, same thing. That means oxygen atomic mass is 16. What is gram atomic mass of oxygen? Gram atomic mass of oxygen will be 16 gram. So atomicity of oxygen is 2. So 2 into gram atomic mass of oxygen is 16 gram. So same thing. So these two are same. Okay. Then it is a gas. It occupies fixed volume. What is the volume occupied at NTP? Now 22.4 liter volume at NTP. Normal temperature and pressure. So you have to remember like this. If you remember like this, you can solve any numerical based on mole concept. যদি এমতি মনে রাখিব তাহলে মোল কনসেপ্টরে যে কোন নিউমেরিক্যাল হলে তুমি সলভ করে পারবে। দে আর ইকুয়াল। সো 1 mole of oxygen means Avogadro number of molecules. What is Avogadro number? 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 molecules. Then 1 molecule of oxygen means 2 atoms of oxygen. So what will be the number of atoms of oxygen? Now 2 into Avogadro number of atoms. Then 1 mole of any substance is equal to gram molecular mass. In case of oxygen, the gram molecular mass is 32 gram. So 1 mole of oxygen means its mass will be 32 gram. Then in case of gram atomic mass, it will be atomicity into gram atomic mass. Then any gas, 1 mole of any gas occupies fixed volume at NTP. যদি আমি যে কোনসি গ্যাস ওটা মোল নবা তার ভলিউমটা ফিক্সড হবে কেতে না 22.4 লিটার ভলিউম at NTP. Okay, so you have to remember like this. So today I am giving you no assignments. You go through these videos thoroughly because I want all of you to be thorough regarding mole concept. In how many ways we can express 1 mole of any substance. So if you can express 1 mole of any substance in these ways, you will be quite thorough. যদি তুমি 1 mole of any substance तुमको दिया होची যদি তুমি various way express কৰি শিখি গল তাহলে तुमको mole concept रे कोनसी problem होबो नाही. Okay, so as I told you, go through the video repeatedly so that you become thorough regarding mole and don't get nervous by the name of mole. It's a simple thing, बहुत सुविधा जिनस मन रखिया पई बहुत easy. Only you have to remember this trick. 1 mole, fixed number of molecules or fixed number of particles, that is Avogadro, has a mass. Mass means gram molecular mass, and in case of gas has a fixed volume. Okay, so these 3 tricks you have to remember. Okay, students. So this is for today. See you in the next class. Okay.